is recognized for 5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for your recognition. Mr. Speaker, I have always believed firmly in the qualities of civility in this House, in bipartisanship, in constructive dialogue and engagement and respect for one another's disagreements. In fact, last night I spent an hour on this floor with members on both sides of the aisle talking constructively in a bipartisan center aisle caucus special order on Iraq. And we managed to put our political differences aside and talk not about left or right, but moving forward. And so civility is critically important to me and has been since coming here nearly 8 years ago. But I must say, Mr. Speaker, that when I heard of the comments of Rush Limbaugh, when I heard him impugn the integrity of our soldiers, when I heard him call them phonies, I had just about had it. How dare he attack our soldiers? How dare he impugn their integrity? How dare he attack their credibility? There is no place in America for anyone to attack our soldiers while they are fighting in combat or when they have come home. I don't care what the reason, Mr. Speaker. There is no place in America for that, particularly coming from someone who believes that he is the gold standard of patriotism, who believes he has a monopoly on patriotism, who has accused anyone who dissents with a particular policy with which he disagrees as a traitor. What is patriotic, Mr. Speaker, about calling American soldiers phonies? What is patriotic about that? If ever there was anything that suggested to me a dissent beyond the line, I would never call it traitorous. But I can't think of a better example of giving aid and comfort to our enemies than somebody who would call our soldiers phony while they're fighting, who would attack them while they're defending us. He crossed the line. He crossed the line of fair play. He crossed the line of hypocrisy. This standard bearer of patriotism attacking American forces. It is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. Not only because it is hypocritical and not only because it is an attack on our armed forces, Mr. Speaker, but because it comes from somebody who never fought for our country, unless you consider being a disc jockey to be worthy of combat pay. Mr. Speaker, the American people are sick and tired of this kind of hypocrisy and this kind of attack. I went to Walter Reed Army Hospital yesterday, and maybe that's why I'm so fired up, Mr. Speaker. I visited Walter Reed Army Hospital yesterday, met with young men whose limbs have been amputated, whose futures have been changed. How dare anybody suggest that because one of them may disagree with a policy that that person is a phony? Thank God we live in a country that gives us the right to agree with a policy to go to war. You have the right to disagree. You even have the right to remain silent. But no one has the right in this country to call any member of our armed forces phony. And Rush Limbaugh owes them an apology. I thank the Speaker, and I yield back the balance of my time.